What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Hulu's new series, Utopia Fall Season 1. Hey, before you watch this review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. First up, I would like to say thank you to Hulu for granting me the screener to the entire 10 episodes of this new show. They've asked me to not spill spoilers, therefore, I will honor their request. This video review is spoiler-free. I repeat, there are no spoilers in this review. So, how do you best describe Utopia Falls? Well, let me put it this way. Utopia Falls is kind of like Footloose meets America's Got Talent meets Hunger Games meets Under the Dome. I know, that's a lot of comparisons. But for reals though, Utopia Falls may claim to be the first hip-hop sci-fi, but the concept itself is a mix or a combination of the many that we've come across before. And there's nothing really necessarily wrong with that, but does this combination result in something fresh? The answer is yes and no. There are some intriguing parts that will have you stay watching till the last episode, but there are also parts about Utopia Falls that unfortunately settle for mediocrity. The show may come up short, but its intentions are in the right place. Created by R.T. Thorne, Utopia Falls prides itself as the first ever sci-fi hip-hop TV series for a new generation of young audiences. The story is set hundreds of years in the future in the last living colony on Earth called New Babel, which holds an annual musical competition known as the Exemplar, where 24 selected teenage candidates have to perform either dancing or singing, and this is a chance for them to write their names in the history books. But a young independent-minded woman named Aliyah, who is also the daughter of the city's government official, ventures in a restricted area and discovers a mysterious archive where she and her friends are then exposed to an ancient form of music culture called hip-hop. And this leads them to question everything they've ever known. And while they're learning to channel their rebellious spirit of hip-hop, they face off against the government for the freedom of the people. Starring Robin Alomar, Akil Julian, and Devin Nekoda, with Joseph Malozzi serving as the showrunner. I love the dance performances on this show. I understand that the great Tanisha Scott is the choreographer that brings these dances to life, be it hip-hop or ballet or capoeira. There's a few styles here that will hypnotize you, especially when it's performed by dancer/actress Devin Nekoda, who plays the character Sage. That one in particular is absolutely fabulous and elegant. You can't keep your eyes off of her. Actor Akil Julian, who plays Bodhi, does most of the rapping and the rhyming, and he utters those lyrics fluidly. I'm not gonna lie to you, these are a very talented group of people. They're young, they're energetic, they're very well versed on musical instruments. So that aspect, you have nothing to worry about, because they do put on a good show. It may not be as prevalent as Glee, for example, where the characters would burst into songs every other 5 minutes. Remember that? But what they put together and what they put on for you here on Utopia Falls, let's just say that it's worth the admission ticket. Now, one of the things that turns me off about this show is that the dialogues sound like recycled material from some kind of rejected CW teen dramas, and because of that, it's really difficult to take some of the dramatic moments seriously because they come off tacky and in poor quality, and with a few exceptions here and there, most of the set designs are uninspired. Like they're not even trying to make themselves look separate from other already established dystopian films and shows. The story does have a mystery going on, which goes to what I said earlier about it being somewhat intriguing. Granted, it's nothing too mind-blowing, but it does capture your curiosity significantly. But with that said, there's also a lot of inconsistencies and disjointments, like some things don't add up, or some scenes would kill their own momentum. So yes, there is a mystery, but the build-up is not always well executed. Which leads me to the biggest criticism that I have about this show. You see, Utopia Falls banks on the premise of what happens if hip-hop is forgotten, or worse, banned. In my opinion, such a premise could only make an impact or would have some sort of relevance if we had still been in the 90s when Tipper Gore was waging war on hip-hop in the name of parental advisory. But now, with hip-hop being the most popular music in our culture, watching young characters talk hip-hop like it's taboo or like it's life and death just comes across as ridiculous. On top of which, this show seems to often put down or look down on other music genres. Listen, I love hip-hop just as much as the next guy, but it doesn't mean that we have to shit on other types of music, which unfortunately this show often does. Look, whether or not hip-hop is superior to others is a matter of subjective opinion. Oh, and one more thing. Having Snoop Dogg be the voice of Archive AI is cool and all in the beginning, but after a while, halfway through, he becomes annoying as hell because he shouts random phrases and inserts himself in people's conversations. His voice is supposed to serve as part comic relief, but then he becomes too much. But I'll end on a positive note. Utopia Falls, despite its many imperfections, does want you to underscore the importance of having a freedom of expression, being socially and politically motivated, and speaking up against injustice. After all, uprising is part of the usual formula in many dystopian stories.